be absolutely devastating.
Oh! Here, this is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, well, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to GWR Gonzo'S Wrestling Room. Monday, April 14th, 2025. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Marcus Fine, and Warren Misery. How's it going, guys? I got through that.
Well, the other show today started to say opening, and all he got out was, oh, shit. That was the opening.
He said a lot of that yesterday, too.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to go ahead, Marcus, I'm going to change again. We'll go ahead and we're going to bring AJ in and do the Bearcat Rumble stuff first.
Very nice.
Since he's on here. How's it going, AJ? Well, maybe.
Come on, Chris.
He's muted. It won't let me unmute him from here. He has to do it.
Still muted. Somehow. Gotta love technology.
All right. Well,
okay, Marcus.
We will have AJ. It'll just be a minute.
We're gonna go ahead and start with you, Marcus. Sorry.
All right. I'm gonna do the shows we weren't at yet, or that we was not at.
Okay.
First, and then we can cover the ones we was. Okay, WCW at the Outlaw Arena Friday night. These are courtesy of Michael Starrett. Zach Nova defeated a masked guy named El Dulce to retain the WCW Gunslinger title. It was Mike Noble. Brody told me Saturday night that he come out in the mask, but they played his entrance music. Like, okay, so we don't know that's who it is because you played Mike Noble's entrance music. So we don't know. Probably Wes, but anyhow. Elijah Arrows defeated Christian Cash, Jackson Morgan, Pogo Maliko. Well, what the hell have I done here? Okay, Elijah Arrows defeated Christian Cash. Jackson Morgan defeated Pogo Maliko, Will Asher, and Max Sterling in a scramble match. Andre Stray and Timmy Jackson defeated the WCW Tag Team Champs, the James Gang, via DQ. WCW Territorial Champion Phoenix defeated Mark Magnus. Ruthless Domination defeated IK3 and Brody Botkins when IK3 walked out of the match. Left Brody to fight by himself. Logan Myers defeated the Waterboy to retain the WCW Outlaw Champion. I'm guessing that was a title match. And Zay Gates and David Light defeated Dex Royal and Rachel Armstrong and the Highlight Reel in a triple threat tag team match. So thank you, Michael Starrett. Then, courtesy of Steve Butler, he was over at NVW in Danville, Illinois. While we were doing AVW, he was at NVW. Said there was about 35 people, and it saw Cutthroat Kenny Calix defeated Give Me More PJ Moore by submission. Dalton Davis pinned Trauma Unit's Chris O'Brien. Zach Abstract pinned Oliver Kane to become the new Mad Bash Baja Open Champion. Colby Chack retained the Mad Bash Championship against Jason Levi via submission. And then they had intermission. Then Kid Riot pinned Rico Jones. Stetson Winters pinned Kota Kolimo. I guess that's how you say it. Spencer Wallace versus Adam Black was declared a no contest after Jimmy Carrot and the Depravity attacked everyone. Carrot warned management if they leave them off the show again, everybody in the locker room will get the hell beat out of them. And Clayton Clark pinned Kendall Fire to retain the NVW Championship. Okay. 3 of us, plus Kelly, was at AACW's groundbreaking Sharpsville, Indiana on Saturday. Hobo Jones defeated Lennox King. Brody Botkins defeated IK3. Congo Kong and Damian DeVille defeated JKO and Nerd by a countout. Johnny Crisis defeated Juice Warta to retain the AACW heavyweight title. The AACW Ladies Champion Jensen defeated the Honey Badger, and she was substituted for Paige Jones. And since Honey Badger lost, Paige Jones is suspended from AACW for 30 days. Bobo Brazil Jr. defeated Jake Elliott to retain the AACW US title. Christian Cash defeated Tanner Kelly and Experiment X in a handicap match to retain the AACW tag team titles. And the main event saw Cruiser defeat Justin Terrell in the cage match. All right. Europe. I thought it was a damn good show. So I don't know what you guys have to say.
On that. It was a pretty good show. My match of the night, I had two pretty close: the cage match, the main event, and also the Brody Botkins and IK3 match. It was my matches of the night. I really enjoyed those. Wasn't that really real bad on the show. It was pretty solid. I enjoyed the show. Chris, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was a good show. My favorite match was Brody Botkins and IK3 as well. I thought the cage match was done real well. Really wasn't no bad matches on the show. It was a solid show. And I thought yesterday's show there in our first show in Illinois was a solid show as well.
We ready for those?
Yep. We can give those.
All right. All 5 members of...
My bad.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Go ahead.
All 5 members of GWR was at Oakwood, Illinois for AVW's Ground Zero. Stetson Winters defeated Ricky Guns in the pre-show. And then Zach Nova defeated Mike Noble, Juan Sanchez, and Miguel Murphy in a fatal 4-way to become the number 1 contender for the AVW No Limits title. Christopher Gates defeated Nerd, and he brought out John Downs and Thomas Keith. Depravity, Limbo, and Napier defeated Man Beast, which is Hidari and Maliko. They are now the new AVW Tag Team Champions. All right, let's try to get through this one. KJ, Kenneth James, Timmy Jackson, Jackson Morgan, and Kendall Fire defeated Zay Gates, Christian Cash, T.Y. Ice, and Rico Jones in an 8-man tag team elimination match. And then after intermission, Zay Gates defeated Elijah Arrows to retain the AVW No Limits title. Jimmy Carrot defeated Joey O'Reilly and Clayton Clark to retain the AVW Heavyweight title. Carter Kaufman defeated the lovely Miss Larkin. Main event, TJ Powers defeated Cecil Cerveza in a Fans Bring the Weapons match.
Pretty solid show.
Should have won his match.
Nerd should have won his match.
Yeah,
He didn't win all weekend.
I know he should have.
Well,
Bias. He's biased. Strictly biased.
Marcus, what was your match of the night yesterday?
I had it down here. The 3-way between Jimmy Carrot, Joey O'Reilly, and Clayton Clark.
I really liked that match. I really liked the main event also. Them two guys went at it. Both of them was a bloody mess. Also really liked it might have been my favorite, man. I really enjoyed Elijah Arrows and Zay Gates.
Yeah,
And Zay Gates almost hit the sky. He was so high up on that, off that top rope, man. That was a really good match. It was a good show. I enjoyed myself. We got down there and we ate before the show, and then yeah, I thought it was a pretty solid show. Had a lot of fun. I recommend people watch that show. It was our first show in Illinois. After they watch it back, it might be our last show in Illinois.
Cecil said that ain't going to happen, but I told him, I said, you hadn't watched it yet, buddy. You tell me that after in a few weeks.
Yeah.
We did get he's in here too. We did get a expose. Kenneth James did inform us that referee Mike Noble Sr. is Mike Noble's father.
Yeah.
We did not know that.
Yeah, we did not know
Referee
that.
Mike Norton, that's funny as hell because he kept calling you Mike Noble. So we just come to the conclusion that you are Mike Noble's daddy, even though you guys are probably about the same age. But Kenneth James said that. So
KJ was on a roll yesterday.
Yeah, he was on a roll.
He was on fire all night long.
Yes, he was.
the main event that saw the Summer Sausage make a return. It's still good, so it will return again in another Fans Bring the Weapons match somewhere. And Kelly's Hall of Fame came made its Illinois debut as well in the main event. So
They was throwing around Marcus's meat all over the place. What was your match of the night, Chris?
I I like the Zay Gates match and Elijah Arrows, but I'm going to say match of the night. I'm going to say the fans bring the weapon match, because if I don't, TJ Powers will probably whoop my ass.
That's a good point. You'd be a bloody mess. Well, I think that's all we got, guys. We'll bring in our special guest. Hopefully we can hear him this time.
Oh, let me do birthdays real quick. I have
okay.
two.
Hey, Mark, go do birthdays real quick.
Nerds is on the 16th, and Rachel Armstrong's is on the 18th. That's the only two I have.
So
Is
make
that-
sure you all wish Nerd a happy birthday.
Is that a national holiday at your house, Marcus?
I don't know.
It is.
Yeah, I guess so. Must be the first annual Nerd Bash. I don't know.
Hey, do you have to dress up like Nerd?
I'm sure the hell hope not.
Hey, you wasn't up at 1 o'clock this morning yelling you're a cowboy or anything, was you?
No, it was funny. On the way down here, all of a sudden she says, "You're a cowboy, aren't you?" Well, I'm a cowboy. And never.
It was all day long.
We had a blast last night. Okay, AJ, how you doing?
Pretty good. Is the mic working now?
Yes. It's all good.
Sorry, I'm at my son's baseball practice, so I had to run up to the car, and I thought I had the mic set up, but I didn't. So,
Okay.
not bad.
No problem at all. We did some other stuff we needed to do. Well, we brought you on here to tell us a little bit about the Bearcat Rumble that's coming up on May the 3rd. So you can tell people about how they can sponsor, all the information, what the money goes for. Just fill us in about this Bearcat Rumble. I believe, if I'm correct, it's the 5th one.
Yeah, number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5. Like, if you'd have told me, 6 years ago, when Coons and ladies man Mike King stopped me at the J County Regional just to tell me about this DCCW and pro wrestling fundraiser, that I'd be sitting here 5 years later talking to you guys, ought to laugh.
Yeah.
But it's been great. It's been absolutely great. A lot of fun times these 4 years. This one's going to be better. Every year, I like to think that our show puts on one of the, top show of the year. We've had some great matches. It's going to continue this year. But this show's for our Muncie Wrestling Club, which is our high school, our middle school, the kitty cats, the youth, the older kids clubs. The money goes to them because this sport, a lot of people think wrestling's cheap, but it's not. It's not, because it's like all days in gyms. So you're looking at food, you're looking at $50 cards to wrestle, plus $20 entry fees. And the money adds up. And our sport's a family sport. So you really have one kid doing the sport. Like, if you're in a wrestling, most of wrestling families, you got 3-4 kids.
Yep.
And it adds up. So
And usually got to travel quite a ways to a lot of the tournaments as well.
Oh, yeah. And just so much stuff. Like last year with the money, we ended up buying like 12 pairs of shoes for our kids. We bought headgear for the middle school, things like that. We feed them on the weekends. All the money goes back to them. It's a great cause. And I love doing this because kids aren't selling candy bars or asking for donations. Like, this money goes and puts on a show. And then we use this show, this entertainment, to help make us money. And every year the fans seem to love it. We draw good numbers every year. No one ever complains. Owens comes down. They put on a heck of a show every year, and I'm excited for this one. Like Tony said, Saturday, May 3rd, Muncie Central. Inner doors 11. It's in the gym again. Doing things a little different this year. We're not doing front row seats. We're doing floor seats. There will be a couple rows right up on the front row, but those are first come, first serve. So we got general admission seats are $10, floor seats are $15, and you can also get a table for $200, which comes with 6 seats, and those are front row, plus a pizza for the table, plus your drinks. And the great thing about that is you don't have to get there early. That table is reserved for you. And we posted some things about sponsors. We have $50, $100. I think it's like $150 and $2, and each sponsor gives you a little bit more. That's pasted on our website. We'll take it all because, like I said, everything's for the kids. We let 5 and under in free. We want a very family-friendly show. That's one of the things all the guys involved have done a really good job in doing. Is that because doing it for the kids. I want to make sure that the kids can watch it. And yeah, they've done a great job with that. But I'm excited. Get to see Marcus again in a couple weeks.
Amen. Yes.
It's always good to see there.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. What time do the doors open and what time does the show start?
Show, I believe, because they were changing some things. I think the doors are opening at like 5:30. I could be wrong. I have to double check with Coon Dog here and make sure. But I thought that's when the doors open at 5:30. We're looking like maybe a 6:30 bell. I could have that a little off. If so, I'll post it. I do know that the mid-match again is going to be the Rumble, which is always one of the highlights there. I have a couple coaches who are going to get into it this year. Some of the other wrestlers are going to get into it. It's a good time. Atticus has been driving me nuts wanting to get back in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, I
My
bet.
9-year-old son just absolutely loves getting in there with those guys. Not only from last year when he did me dirty.
Yep, he did. He did you dirty.
I did.
He did. He did. And I know they already got some really good matches booked. I believe the tag titles are on the line.
Yes.
They announced that at the anniversary show.
Yeah,
Pretty awesome.
James Gang against JKO and Mike King.
Yes.
That
That should be good. That should be a strong match. And I believe the champ for DCCW is supposed to be there, and I hear a mystery opponent. Is what it says on the poster. So who knows who that could be?
Oh yeah, and and there might be a surprise with me as well. I'm looking. Last year I thought I'd be done, but the kids get to talking to me, then it comes around, and you get that itch.
Yeah.
You get that itch in pro wrestling. It's hard not to scratch.
Most definitely. You guys have put on some really good shows. I know one year, I think it was all of our guys' favorite show of the year a couple years ago. It was real strong again last year. Every year the show's been really strong. So definitely looking forward to it.
It's always one of my favorite shows that we do every year.
Unless we don't have to travel very far.
Well, yeah, not have to travel very far, that's always nice. But it is plus for the causes that it's for too with the wrestling, because we've been involved in wrestling for a long time. But just as like the environment, the shows we go to, the show always has one of the bigger crowds, and they're always into the show, so it's always a fun environment.
Oh yeah, it's great because with what it's for, the crowd seems to be more involved, and whenever you get the crowd going, just the wrestlers themselves naturally just pick it up, and so that's great. Like we've just had some outstanding performances at our show. IK3 a couple years ago when he wrestled Carlito, that was just amazing.
Yes.
The match that he put on, and it was just great. Our cage match a couple years ago, that was great. I still have people ask me about that, and it's just good times and just great entertainment.
AJ, I have a question. I pulled up the poster. Are you thinking that the time have changed from what the poster says?
So what's the poster say, Tony?
The poster says doors open at 6 and bell time at 7.
Okay, yeah, that's it. I think I may have just gave you my son's baseball times for next week. So
it's possible.
And speaking of JKO, he's in the chat. He said it's going to be a great show.
Well, I guarantee it. Joey's involved. It's going to be good, and all the guys there at WCWO, and then the guys from DCCW, they come together and they put on some great shows. So it's going to be good.
And I'll tell you what, I was at the 7-year anniversary show.
Yep.
And JKO had some young talent there. First time I'd seen some of them, and wow.
Yeah.
Like that man just reloads.
Yes.
With talent. I was like, who is this guy come? Oh, okay. Now I know why he put him out here. It was very impressed with his new guys that they were rolling out.
It's unbelievable. It's that he can put out talent like that, and some of these guys haven't even wrestled a year yet, and you would think they've been wrestling for 4 or 5 years. It's unbelievable. It really is. Marcus or Warren, do you guys have any questions for AJ or anything like that? Don't speak all at once.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it because I actually used the Bearcat Rumble as my anniversary date with GWR. That'll be my 2 years because Tony asked me 2 years ago, you want to come over and commentate? And I said, what match? He said, you can do the whole show. I was like, okay, and I'll wheel on back there. So, but yeah, I love the Bear. I think this will be my fourth. You said you had 5. I missed the first year, but this will be my fourth one. So
Yep.
We love having you.
I love it.
I mean, it's not an independent show if Marcus Fine's not there. You know?
I can understand
Don't
that.
forget Kelly. She's right over there. Kelly ain't stirring up the front row, then she ain't there. So
Oh, yeah, she's part of the show, and we love it.
Oh, most
Great.
definitely. She's part of the show. Warren, did you have anything?
Well, I mean, obviously the show's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be amazing, and everything's great. But let's give the kids we're raising money for a chance to shine. What can you tell us about some of these wrestling teams, some of these kids? I mean, do we have some future Olympians here? I mean, let's give these kids a little bit of a chance to shine a little bit too. You know, it's rare that they get on. We can talk about that kind of wrestling on here. So,
Well, it's great. I mean, you know, since we've been doing this, we have sent multiple kids to college to wrestle, which is awesome. Jason Orr, former heavyweight, Manchester. Titus Waters, Wabash. He just qualified for the national tournament, you know, and he's been in there. We've had girls wrestling now. Like Muncie Central had the biggest girls team around here. It's sanctioned. It's an official sport, you know, and I'm proud to say that ours was like the biggest outside of Jay County. Us and Jay County had the biggest girls team. We had a girl go to college last year. We just had another girl sign with Indiana Tech that's going on to wrestle. A few other guys have opportunities. Nathan Spears and Cortez White. I mean, it's building. And we had 15 freshmen this year on our team, which was awesome, you know, and a bunch of them went over 10 matches. Like 3 or 4 of them was regional qualifiers. Like, it was great. Like, these young men have put in time. We practice every Wednesday and Friday, and we'll have between 12 and 20 show up then. Like, it's great to see what these young men are doing. And I'm really happy about it because this sport teaches you discipline, as Chris and Tony will tell you.
Yes.
Like, if you can make it in our sport, life gets a little easier, you know? So we're helping send these kids off to college. They're going and creating families. And a lot of that's because of the help they get from this show. Thanks to this show, we actually started a scholarship fund where we give out a scholarship. And our first 2 recipients are Courtney Thrash for the girls and Nathan Spears for the boys. So, like, this show is literally helping send our kids to college. You know, so that's a big deal for us in our community. And
I wasn't aware of that. That's awesome.
yeah, we started that this year because of the money we were able to make last year, and each year it's got a little bigger. That we kind of had some left over at the end of the year, and now we start a college fund for the kids. They apply, and then boom, we give them money for school. So this show is impacting lives and helping kids get where they need to be, and seeing that there's other stuff than Muncie.
And not only that, you know, because he was Warren was talking about, you know, giving the kids some shine. Warren's not got to come to one of these. He lives a long way away from Muncie. But anyway, Warren, one of the things that they do, they recognize every wrestler, even the little kids at the show. Everybody gets recognized. So that's pretty cool too for the, you know, they get up to get in the ring and get recognized. So and their parents come out and stuff. So that's a cool thing that they do. So yeah, and AJ does a great job there at Central.
I was going to say, you're going to say it, aren't you?
We're recognizing
shows, yeah.
any of the 75 Southside team and 90 team. We're reaching out to them. We're honoring them as well. Because unfortunately, Muncie is a basketball town. Always has been. Probably always will be. So, like, those guys won state titles and really didn't get any shine. So we've reached out. Coon Dogs reached out to the ones who still live in the area and things like that we're inviting to the show to honor them, just to give them, like, a moment. You know, because we're raising this money for the next generation of wrestlers. And the ironic thing is, like, that 90s team, you know, it impacted Chris and I because Tony Abbott was on the team and he ended up being our high school coach.
And my brother Paul was on the 75 team.
Yeah.
Yep. He was the 12-pounder on the 75-pound team. So yeah, And I just talked to him Friday. We had lunch together Friday and made him aware of that and showed him the poster and because it's got their picture on got the 90 team and the 75 team on that poster.
Yeah, Ralph Smith from the 75 team is the one like helping contact some of the 75 people, and doing things because wrestling's a family. Like you could wrestle on a team with somebody 20 years ago, but the stuff that you went through, you don't forget and you stay close. And 75 and 90 team is still close. And if you wrestled at Southside, especially since they closed down the school, that group of people stayed close.
Yeah.
And I wrestled at South, so it was nice to bring that red and black, red, and white culture over to the Purple Palace.
Yep.
And it's growing.
Well, I didn't realize you had 15 freshmen, man. That's pretty impressive.
Not only 15 freshmen, but 10 of them were in the varsity lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time you all them freshmen or juniors and seniors, you're gonna have a strong team.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And don't forget,
this show that it helps because they can just focus on wrestling.
Yep. Marcus, what was you gonna say?
I was just saying, remember a few years ago, one of those big boys from your team took on Joey Owens and won. So
Yes.
Jason.
Jason.
Yep.
yeah, that
Jason.
kid was huge. It's like, geez.
And he's now
And
giving back
actually-
'cause he's helping at the middle school.
And they actually put on a hell of a match. They really
Yeah,
did.
That was pretty good.
But I'm excited for the show. It's always a great show. Our kids love the show. The kids love coming out, getting in the ring. And I think that helps boost some of the wrestlers when they go out because they give you that little extra. And it's just one hell of a night.
AJ, can you tell them how they can get tickets?
Yes. Tickets, some of the flyer. You can get a hold of Terry Coons. He's got them. You can, on Muncie Wrestling, the Facebook page, reach out to me. We can get them. If you know any high school wrestler, they can get them. I believe some are being sold a couple other places. Terry's setting up. Message Coondog Corner, DCCW on their Facebook. They can get a hold of you and Chris.
Yep.
Carrie's lining up more places to get tickets as well and giving it to my wrestlers to pass out. So if you're interested in wrestling, you can look me up. I'm on all social medias, Alan Bradley or Muncie Wrestling, and we can get them there too. The same with sponsorships.
Yeah, guys, and like he said before, everything goes to the wrestling club. The concessions, all the ticket sales, everything goes to the wrestling club. This is 100% funds go to the wrestling club on this fundraiser. So definitely support it. It's a great thing. We've been a part of it. We was part of 4 of them. We set an audience for the first one, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
We was there.
That
I don't think we was even doing GWR yet at that time.
There will be tickets at the door if you can't get a hold of somebody with tickets.
The first Bearcat Rumble that we were there just watching was actually how GWR came about because that's when I talked to Terry and Jared.
Yes.
And then we ended up doing their next show.
Yes. Well, almost the next show. So I think they had the one.
They had the one the next day.
Yeah.
They had the one the next day I think like Jay County was. I think that was the year there back to back one. You guys was one day and Jay County was the next.
And they had Juneteenth too. And then you guys did August. An August show. Yep. Well, AJ, we appreciate your time again. Support this. This is a great cause. It definitely helps the community. It helps the kids. It's an awesome thing that DCCW and WCWO does. Working together. And AJ, we appreciate the fact that you're still coaching. I know that Central's been having trouble keeping coaches here lately. I've seen in the paper, but I'm glad you're still. How many years you been coaching there at Central now?
Oh, Central. I think I've been 6 at Central. Then I was at 2 at Southside, and before that, it was like 15 at the middle school. So it's been a while.
It's been a long time, and you're getting pretty old there, man.
Oh, I know. That's what my kids are saying.
You know how I know you're getting old? Because I'm almost 62. That's how I know. That's how I know you're getting old.
I think Tony's trying to set up a match for the Rumble between you and him. He's going.
Hell to the no. No way.
That's great.
I've seen AJ in the ring. He does pretty good. So I
I
don't
get thrown around. I would like to, before you leave, a lot of people are talking about the Central coaches leaving and people saying stuff about Central. I would like to say that both Paget and Olin, the football and basketball coaches, they both left for family reasons. Olin, his boy was playing at Taylor. He was missing games. You got a kid in college. It's hard not to go watch him.
Yeah.
And Paget lives in Indianapolis, and wouldn't see his kids for days on end and just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I respect both of them for being willing to step away from something they love because they're missing time with their family, because that's hard to do.
Yeah, it's like Tony Abbott. He finally retired once his kids got out of county
Yeah.
because he wanted to be able to see his boys wrestle in college.
Yeah.
So it's completely understandable.
It is. And I only got a couple years left in me. Atticus is getting to that age where it's time for me to go watch him.
Yep.
But until then, I'll still hop in the ring and put a licking on a couple people.
Well, we appreciate your time, AJ. You guys are doing a
Thank
great
you.
job, and hopefully it's a huge success. And again, everybody go out there and support that. Hey, even if you can't make it, buy a ticket and donate it back, and don't give somebody a free ticket. Some kids some tickets. So I mean, there's different ways you can help.
Yeah, we do. Yep, we appreciate everything you guys do. You're great for pro wrestling. You're great for high school wrestling. Everything you do, we appreciate you guys.
Yep. Well, we appreciate you, AJ. You have a good night, buddy.
Thank you too, Tom.
All right, see you later, AJ.
Take care.
All right.
Well, guys, we got anything before we need to bring on our special guest?
WrestleMania week.
It is WrestleMania.
That
week.
is. Well, we'll be talking on that Thursday.
I know. On Thursday night I'm around, but that's all right. So I passed the torch over to a little more experienced and seasoned individuals that can talk about WrestleMania. So
Justin
everyone
Danger will be
watching
with us.
Thursday, listen to these fools talk about Mania.
You're looking older.
Hey, Frankie. I'm gonna be nice.
All right, we ready for the next guest?
Yeah, let's bring our special guest in.
Yo,
How's it going?
it's going pretty good. The weather's really nice today. How are y'all doing?
It is
Super.
nice, yeah. Doing good. Well, we got a special guest for Rapid Fire, Troy Valentine. And Troy, I don't know if you've seen this segment before. We'll just we'll start with Marcus. We'll go with Warren and me and then Chris. And we'll do this for about 25, 30 minutes or so. And we'll let Marcus get things started.
All righty, thank you for coming. You showed me interest a few 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it worked out. So thank you. Like Tony said, we're going to basically talk everything involving pro wrestling where you're concerned. So we always start out with when did you get interested in wrestling, and how did you get started?
The interest actually took off. I was like 5, I think. I walked in the living room, and it was literally when it was backstage whenever Cody Rhodes got his nose broken by Rey Mysterio back in the day. And I remember that was the first like shot of wrestling I saw. Like I walked in, and that was sort of what introduced me. It was like I think it was probably like an episode of Raw or something, but that was what introduced me to wrestling. So.
Okay, Warren.
Oh, geez. I was going to say, why don't you do Kelly's question first?
Okay.
Let's get that one.
Well, that's probably good.
Kelly wants to know who your favorite super fan is, Kelly or Marcus?
I feel like I've encountered both of them equally. So it's like, but if I had to pick, I'm going to pick Kelly.
I like to look around a bit too.
Marcus, what's the record now? About 104-3 or something like that?
No, I have 4 wins,
Okay,
3 ties, 4 wins, 3 ties, and 100 and plus defeats.
Agony of defeat. Okay, Warren.
Let's get. I mean, you haven't been in the biz too long, if I'm correct. But who would you model your style after? Like, who do you look and go out? I want to be compared.
I I like my style. Well, my trainer Myron, like I'd say like it's a lot of reflection off him. But like as far as like inspiration, like in ring, like I when I first started, I watched a lot of like Shawn Michaels, just to like sort of get in the Valentine kind of character, and then I don't know. I just sort of just have a whole bunch of things I put together. I don't know if it's one specific person. It's just like a whole bunch of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A blend. Take a little bit here, a little bit there, and put it all together.
It's more like over time, just like things that are interesting to me and that make me pop that like I sort of use and just put it in my arsenal. You know what I'm saying?
Best piece of advice you received in the wrestling business, and who gave it to you?
Ooh. Honestly, I think the best advice I got, it was from my trainer Myron. He just told me slow down. That's just like the best advice I've gotten, and like every time stuff starts to get like, hectic or whatever, you just gotta slow down. It's just like it's one of those it's just one of those things. It just kind of stuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
That's the answer a lot that we get a lot is just slow down.
Slow down. Yep.
Usually slow down and shut up is the answers we get.
Yep. Slow down. Shut down. Okay.
Yeah. How long have you been in the business? And who trained you? I know you mentioned his first name a couple of times, but how long have you been in the business, and who's trained you?
I first stepped foot in the ring, I want to say July or August 2023, and I'm trained by Myron Reed. So that's if you guys know who that is.
Yes, most definitely.
How'd
you get hooked up with Myron?
Hey, there he goes again. He's bootlegging for questions. How did you get hooked up with Myron Reed? That's actually what I was going to ask you. So,
okay.
Well, actually, I really haven't told this story before, but I was like, before I became a pro wrestler, I was a big fan. So like, I would go to shows and stuff, and I liked Myron's style. I thought he was a really good wrestler. So I got pictures with him and stuff. I bought his merch a few times and I supported him. And then I think one day I sent him like a dumb message. I was like, yo, that move's cool. You should teach me that, like as a joke. And then he was like, if you want me to train you, I'll train you. And I was like, that's a bet. So, I mean, it was really like one of those things that if that didn't happen, I really don't know where I would be right now. So it's definitely a blessing in itself. But like that was how I got hooked up with him.
Okay. Marcus, do you have another one, or you want to?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go on with these training. So if Myron trained you to start with, how did you end up at the Dub then? You train there too, right?
I don't train there. I don't train there currently. No.
Okay, but you were there a lot.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's good to see. How'd that come about?
Well, actually, my friend Justin, his dad's actually Rob Raymer, who
yeah, I know Rob Raymer very well.
He used to wrestle at the Dub, and actually before I even knew Myron, knew wrestling, he took me to a Dub show with me and Justin, and I mean we went, and then I remember walking through the back to walk out, and actually I remember Dex being there, the highlight reel being there. I remember Zay being there.
Was that like a few years ago?
Yeah, it was like it was like 2-3 years ago for sure.
Okay, Rob wanted his picture with me that night because he always played a heel.
Mm-hmm.
He told me he was going to be there that night to make sure I was. So I don't know if you remember, but I was sitting in the front row that night too. So.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Rob wanted a picture with me because I've known Rob for 20 years probably. So.
Yeah, no, and it was just like how he presented himself walking into the arena, and just like the energy, and everyone's so friendly and shaking hands. It really just like showed me how good of an environment it is, and it was something that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So.
Warren?
We'll test a little bit of your history knowledge. I'm going to give you a time machine and one ticket, to sit front center in any match ever in the history of wrestling, what show would you want to be at?
I'm sitting right by the barricade at Money in the Bank tonight, where CM Punk blows the kiss to Vince McMahon. I want to be sitting right there beside him, holding him up. That's the ticket I would buy.
Okay. Chris, you want to handle Frankie's questions? He's got a couple. Well, I think one, but it kind of put together.
Yeah, we got a question out of the comment. It said, who did you have a match with that helped you develop more into a better talent from when you started to now?
Actually, I don't know if you guys know who Papa Dingo is, but I wrestled him in Michigan. And wait, hold on, what was the question again? Sorry.
Who did you have a match with that helped you develop more into a better talent from when you started to now?
Okay, so yeah, I wrestled Dingo, and you know, just like the way he just like kept me safe, and just like after how everything went smooth, and I just listened to him, and we just we sort of made the match together, and just I like because he's a vet at the time, like he's a vet, so he's been doing this for a minute, so I think that keeping up with him and having that moment with him and the match in itself and being able to work with him, I think that helped sort of like shape me into going to the right path. You know what I'm saying?
Your toughest opponent?
I want to say IK3.
Okay, I can believe that.
Yeah, I'm still feeling it.
Well, that's the question I was going to ask you. It involved IK3. We got to see you there the night before the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis at the unrated show against IK3. Had you ever done any kind of the hardcore kind of death match stuff before? And what was your experience with that?
I had done hardcore. I hadn't done deathmatch before, but the comparison from hardcore to deathmatch is very different. But it was definitely a fun time. It felt really real. It felt really raw, and just like I don't know, if like just the energy was just something else. And yeah, the experience was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was a cool experience. That's the first. I've been to one other like death match show, but I was in the back. I wasn't out in the crowd.
Right.
At that show, I was actually out there in the crowd and stuff. And like you said, it's a whole totally different environment than what you're used to when you go to watch a pro wrestling show. But I thought it was cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was a good time.
Marcus?
And sorry.
Sorry, what?
Go ahead.
Okay.
You guys are good now. It's all good.
Well, I was going to ask you, tell us your experiences at Comic-Con. Was that your first time at Comic-Con? I believe so. I know it was mine, so I don't know if you was there last year or not. So
yeah, that was my first Comic-Con and like my first like convention show in like that big a place. And yeah, it was crazy. It was like there was everybody was just dressed up, and it was a really cool place to be in, and especially being able to perform at. It was definitely like eye opening. It was pretty cool.
It's one of our favorite weekends of the year. We've done it 3 years now with WCWO, and it's always one of them we look forward to.
Yeah, no, I'd do it again 100 times again for sure.
What?
Do you have any like particular interactions with like a fan that stand out in your time that is just one you just remember jaw jacking back and forth with, or like any kind of fan story that come out of us so far?
I had someone's mom hold Kripke up so I could chop him. So I mean, I don't know. I like to play with the fans a lot. They're not usually like appealing to me. So I just, but I don't think anyone in particular. I hate all of them. So
If you could be any pro wrestler for a day, who would it be?
Okay. Like who's living right now?
It
Or
could
just,
be
like, all-
anybody.
I think I would be Shane McMahon. The reason I say that is because like he's like a billionaire's kid, and he didn't have to do all that crap. You know what I mean? He didn't
Yeah.
have to. He didn't have to go out and jump 60 feet in the air. I don't know. I feel like that's just really cool, being able to do that, and also be like, part of a notorious sort of branch of family.
You
The
just
thing
want to
with
be
that
part of
is
the Street Posse. That's how you want to be. Yeah.
The Main Street Posse. Yeah.
Street Posse. Yeah.
the thing of it is he was trying to prove himself to his dad. And I don't know if he ever got his dad's love or not, but hey, that's what he was trying to do.
I mean, I wouldn't accept the love honestly right now, but that's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all you need to say.
Okay, Chris.
What is your one of your favorite things about the wrestling business, and what is something that you hate about the wrestling business?
The thing I love, honestly, I love the road, like the long drives, like the gas stations, and especially with like other people that are other wrestlers and other people. It's definitely like a way to build. It's a way to build, chemistry, and also you can definitely learn a lot from the other person in the car with you, especially if they've, they're more experienced or they know something that you don't. It's just, those moments are definitely help out with, gaining knowledge and growing as a wrestler. And then the worst thing about wrestling, I just be tired sometimes, honestly. Like,
So we know that. But we're not wrestlers.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love like most aspects, but like if there was one thing that I could sit down and be like, damn, that sucks, I think like just like being out of shape and wrestling, or like just being like completely just like winded. That's just like, it's hard to, I don't know. It's weird, but like, yeah, it's very tiring at times.
Oh,
Yeah, Marcus.
Oh, we're back. Okay. Tell us. Okay, I want to go one more show. Our biggest show we ever worked was at Thunderstorm. In fact, that's the biggest independent show I'd ever attended. I mean, I've hit big with WWE, WCW, but independents, that was the biggest show I'd ever been in or a part of. Tell us your experience. Was that the biggest show you've been to? And what did you think of Thunderstorm with 900 people plus?
Yeah, it was definitely the biggest show I've been a part of. I mean, aside from like WWE, I think like independent events, that's probably the biggest one I've been to, I think. And yeah, like the crowd, like the echo in the gym, it was crazy, and the energy was really different from like the usual Friday night for sure. And yeah, like just the whole day was cool. It was just like, I don't know, you could just feel it in the air. Like, I don't know, for me, like seeing like Chavo walk backstage and just being able to perform out there too. I was in a little rumble they had, but being able to perform there and be in front of that big crowd and just showing what I can do is definitely like, it was different than any other show I've been to. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it was definitely different than any other show that I've been to as well.
Yeah, I agree. Warren.
Kelly had one in there, Chris. If you wanted to.
What kind of injuries have you had from wrestling?
I want to say, I mean, my back's pretty banged up as it is, but I did have a concussion like a month or two ago, so I'd say that's the worst one.
Warren.
Well, it's WrestleMania week, so I'm going to give you the title of Booker for one match, and that match is John Cena versus Cody. Which way you booking that match?
Oh. Okay, so like the question is like, what is my like dream outcome of it?
Well, yeah, you're the booker. You get to call. How you want this match to go?
Wow. I have a okay. I think they tell a good story. It goes down to the wire for a little bit, and then I think The Rock comes out, tries to do something, and then I don't know. Honestly, I think Cena's gonna win. I think Cena's gonna win. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's the only real like the way I can see it. Like, just because like how strong and how big his whole moment was at the Royal Rumble, or was that Chamber?
Chamber.
Yeah, I think it's just got to build even more, and I think he's gonna win for sure. If I were to book it, I'd book him to win.
If you could be any independent wrestler for a day, who would it be?
Independent. I'd probably be Ricky Morton.
There you go.
Yeah. I feel like being that old and being on the independents is definitely a crazy experience.
Yeah. See that. Chris?
What all have you wrestled out of the state of Indiana? And if so, what all states have you wrestled in?
I've wrestled in Ohio and Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, those two.
Okay, Marcus, we're down to our final three.
3. Okay, good. That's what I have. Well, since it is WrestleMania weekend, you are young, but you said you started when you was 5. Tell me the first WrestleMania that you witnessed, watched on TV within 6 months after it aired.
So I think I said that my introduction was the year of Cody and Ray, that the broken nose. So that would have been like what, Mania 25? I don't know, but I'm not sure if I watched that Mania, but I think the first Mania I watched like live. I remember like we bought it on pay-per-view and everything. It was the once in a lifetime match, the Rock and Cena.
Okay.
I think that would have been like 2012, 2013, I think. But wait, yeah, I don't know the Manias, honestly. I think it was, I don't know. It might have been the 2013 or 2012 WrestleMania. I'll say that.
Okay, who's up one?
What's your favorite finishing move that you like seeing that you wish you could really do?
I just want to like break the mat with someone by doing an assault driver. I've been working on that, and I'm definitely planning on ending someone's career with it. So.
Okay, when I say these names, tell me what do you think of. First one is going to be Myron Reed.
Go.
Next is going to be IK3.
Tough.
And the last one is Joey Owens.
Handsome.
Joey's going to be walking around with that this big.
Don't be giving Joey a big head, man.
This Friday night at the club, Troy Valentine main eventing.
Yeah. He's probably getting that main event. I see that. Okay, Chris.
What has been a couple of your favorite matches that you've had so far?
I really like the match with me and I think his name's Clayton Clark. He he came to the dub a little after me, I think. Yeah, we had a really good match, I think, and yeah, it was definitely a good time, and the way we, I think we really made something good, and there was no major flukes. There was little flukes, but I feel like, yeah, it was definitely one of my favorites to do. And as far as like the aspect of not being anxious in the ring, I feel like that match I was like pretty, more in the entertainment aspect of my mind instead of like the, just being scared of like messing up or think about the next spot. I was just more out there to entertain and just, just locked in and doing what I'm supposed to do. So I think the reason, like the way that match felt for me, just being, myself and all that, I think that was why it was one of my favorites to be a part of.
Where was that match at? Was that match at the dub?
Yeah.
I saw Clark yesterday for the first time. That's the first time I'd seen him, wasn't it?
I think we've seen him in Martinsville.
Oh, did we see him in Martinsville?
Okay, we seen him in Martinsville once.
All right.
I'm not gonna say anything, but I beat him. I mean,
Okay, Marcus.
Okay, we got 2 to go.
Yep.
Who on the independents do you want to work that you have not worked yet?
I really want to work Facade. If you guys know who Facade is, he's he does stuff like with like the JCW and stuff. But I don't know. I just like, yeah, I would love to work him just because I think his whole demeanor and his whole style is just like just something you definitely want to get in the ring with and have a make something with him. So
I just seen him recently.
Yeah,
for the first time on Game Changer. I watch Game Changer quite a bit. So.
yeah.
Okay.
Quite a bit. You watch probably every show they do almost.
Hey,
Quite a bit.
If I'm home, sometimes I'm not home.
Yeah, you don't miss many shows.
Okay, Warren.
All right. Which would you rather have, a 9-month run with an Intercontinental Championship or a 2-month run with the Heavyweight Championship?
I mean, obviously, the World Heavyweight's bigger, and I feel like I don't need that long to to just be the best. So I'm taking the 2 months.
Okay. If you started your own wrestling company tomorrow, who would be the first 3 people you would hire?
For like workers, for like wrestlers, or like
Anything that you thought you needed to hire. If you thought you needed to hire a cameraman, it's up to you. It's your promotion.
Okay. I'm hiring Marcus to sit ringside every show.
oh wow.
Damn, Marcus
I
got
won.
job.
I'm also hiring Kelly because where's she gonna be?
We'll count that as one. That's a package deal.
Okay.
He said he wasn't going to hire you because you're going to be sitting there anyway. So,
And I'm gonna hire Bruce Buffer as the ring announcer, like the UFC ring announcer, because like that would just be really cool just to hear that live. And then I hired Teddy Long.
Teddy Long.
Tag match.
Who did he say, Teddy?
Teddy Long, yeah.
Teddy Long.
Is it mommy?
Yep.
Do you watch much of the AEW or WWE that's on TV now?
Yeah, I'm very kept up with like current wrestling. I would say, yeah.
Which do you prefer? Do you watch WWE or do you watch more AEW or do you kind of watch both?
No, well, yeah, I just watch WWE a lot more. Like I watch WWE like weekly, but I can't say the same for AEW though. So yeah, definitely WWE.
Okay, Marcus. Final question.
Okay. You said you love the being on the road. You love to travel. My final question is always tell us a funny story. You do not have to PG it. Of course, if you get too bad and vulgar about it, we will slow you down a little bit, but we'll let that stop you. At least get it started. So,
funny road story. Okay.
well, it don't have to be a road story. Just a funny story in your wrestling career. I mean,
Okay.
But if
All right. Yeah, I got one. So, I was wrestling in Michigan, and there we had this spot where it was a Fan of 4 where there's 3 of us, and we were gonna catch the guy doing a springboard moonsault on the outside, right? And we get to the spot to catch him, and then we're like, oh shit, hard cam. So we go over to hard cam, and he doesn't know we move, so he just eats shit. And then I mean, in the moment I was really concerned, but like now looking back on it, I mean it's pretty comical.
I don't know if he thinks it's comical or not.
I was thinking as a fan watching you guys all run around to the other side.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of the way of Samoa Joe. He does it all the time. Guy will be on the top rope and going to jump at Samoa Joe, and they jump and he just moves, just walks away. Okay, Warren.
Alrighty. My last one to you is: are you NWO or are you a degenerate DX?
I have like 2 or 3 NWO t-shirts, so I'm gonna say NWO.
Okay. That's one thing that I would think for sure. There's a lot more NWO shirts than there are DX shirts.
Yeah, but I think the DX shirts are a lot cleaner, though. I will say that.
Yeah, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, DX right now has been winning the.
Yeah. Most people seem like they like DX more, but I mean, as far as shirts go, I think more people bought the NWO shirts than the DX shirts. You still see a lot of NWO shirts around.
Oh yeah, you do.
And they like to twist the logo a lot too. They like to use it for like their own kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think I see that a lot, like NWO, but like it doesn't say NWO.
Funniest person you've been around in a pro wrestling locker room?
I'll have to go with Zay, because like being backstage with him is one thing, but I've been on the road with him and stuff. And I don't know. I mean, it's just constant laughs. Just I don't know. He just always knows what to say.
I can see that.
I can see that.
He comes up every so often, so.
Yep.
I'll have to get him to come up more.
All right, and then what I do for my last question is basically give you a chance to just promote yourself. Tell people if you have any upcoming shows, where they can find you on social media, if you have merch, any of that good stuff.
Merch coming soon. I'm gonna be back in Michigan starting in May. So if anybody is around the area, then I'll be there. I'll be there every year. So was that? I'll be back at UCW in Saginaw, Michigan.
Okay, all right. I'm from Michigan, so I was wondering.
Oh heck yeah, okay. Yeah, you can but I'll probably be at the Dub here soon, and then you can probably catch up, see where I'm at on my social medias and stuff. So I'm still doing the thing.
That's awesome. Well, we greatly appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely have you back on sometime.
Nah, for sure. I really appreciate you guys. This is my first ever, sort of interview podcast kind of thing. So I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, man. Did a great job. And like I said, you have a good night and continue to have success. You've been doing, you really impressed me. You've been doing a good job. So
thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys.
Have a good night, man.
Hey, you too, guys. See you.
Real quick, guys, let everybody know Thursday we have our second episode of what goes first, heel and face, or is face and heel? I can't never remember. I'm remember my own name. Heel,
face,
face and heel. Pro wrestling talk. That'll be Thursday, 8:00, or could be 8:05, could be 8:10. Never know when Chris is gonna show up. So we'll.
Hey, Darryl. I was a little later today than usual. Usually I'm here before 6:30.
Oh yeah. Usually. Yep. I'm getting a phone call 6:30. I'll be there.
He was still on Illinois time, wasn't he? He was still.
I think so. I think he thought it was Illinois time.
Oh yeah, some kind of time.
What time did you guys get home last night?
About 11 11:30, 11:45.
You
I think it was
bring
about
in-
11:40.
Yep.
It was about 11:40, but we would have been home around 11:30. But I stopped right outside of town and got some gas.
Hey Warren, we are pissed at you.
What?
Why would you send us to that damn gas station on exit 4? That's a bitch to get in, a bitch to get out.
I didn't realize it until I got off there that they're doing all that construction.
Oh my damn! It's like, where do I go? I go between the codes. I don't know. It's over there.
I'm sorry, Kelly. I'm sorry. Wouldn't have done it if I'd known the construction.
Yeah.
Well, we decided we're not getting off there again. And if we want to drink, we'll go on down to Crawfordsville.
You're supposed to be drinking and driving anyway.
Not that kind of drink.
I know. I'm just giving you hell. I thought maybe you stopping for some Long Island iced teas.
They were right there in the bar. Why don't you get a drink before you left? You could have been like, got your cup.
Good
Well,
point.
We're going to hit a Long Island iced tea here probably pretty soon.
See?
May 4th. May 4th is the next show, so I can get.
So what you doing tonight, Marcus? You got any big plans there?
No, not
for your
tonight, 'cause
vacation?
I know. Gonna be a cowboy.
Woo-hoo. No, we're going to go eat. Then we're just going to drive up and down the strip tonight. We're pretty tired. We're doing the micros on Wednesday. And then we just play it by ear. We get up. What do you feel like doing? We do it.
Should have broke into Hogan's store and got a couple T-shirts.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be open, and it's boarded up like it's been closed. That's what it looks like.
Already done.
Is Marcus, is tonight the prime rib night, or is that later in the week?
No, we decided that we're not with driving all day. That it'll probably be tomorrow. Actually,
What's that?
prime rib might be be
Yeah.
tomorrow. Yeah. And that moonshine Long Island iced tea. Yes.
Hey, we're just so I didn't know if you've seen it in the comments or not, but you got called out for being an old ass too. So
I know. I am. I won't.
Justin Myers, tomorrow night. Moonshine Long Island iced teas. You got it, brother.
So we need to watch the news tomorrow night for. Let's see
I'm
Marcus
playing
going down
cowboy.
the middle, pigeon forge in his walker.
I'm a cowboy.
One of the micros on his shoulder.
I'll send pictures.
I'm a cowboy and I'm dressed like nerd. Yep.
just like nerd with a cowboy hat on.
I'll
Oh,
go out
God.
there and do that hip gyrating out there on the parkway. Yep. That's
Oh,
what it is.
shit.
Woo. Oh, good Lord.
All right. Anybody got anything else before we get out of here for tonight?
We held it on the rails just long enough.
Yep.
Chris wants us out of here now because he don't know what we're going to say.
Oh, we was off the rails yesterday. That's for sure.
And then we had KJ and Christy Cash, and they're fighting
wow.
fighting on each end of our table, yelling over the top of our heads at each other. It's like,
That
geez,
shit was
man.
funny.
Yeah, it was actually. It was funny.
And I just kept saying the moves that was going on in the
Yeah.
match. And they were arguing back and forth. I'll be a clothesline.
Powerbomb, body slam.
Bar. No, we didn't. see
Powerbomb.
I may hear from the ring announcer after what I said. We'll see.
But
Oh,
all right.
Lord.
Well, we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, X, Instagram, all at Gonzo'S Sports Room as well. And we'll see y'all next Monday.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
Here, this is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.